Hi, everybody. I'm so excited that today is finally here. It's release day for my new novel, And Time Stopped. And it's the third book in the Keeper of the Watch series. I also have a prequel novella that I have available as well. So technically, I guess it's the fourth book, but that's a prequel. So this is the third book in the series, and I'm super excited that it's releasing today. Thank you for everybody who has already gotten a copy. There's still time. It'll be available from now on in both paperback and available on Kindle through Amazon. So I'm super excited about it. I'm going to read just a little excerpt from the book. And I think I'm just going to read from the prologue. It picks up exactly where book 2 left us. And so this just is a continuation of Magic Harbor, which was book 2 in the series. So just to set it up a little bit, in case you haven't read the series yet, it's a story about Chase Walker. And he finds an old beat up watch after his uncle dies as he's going through his uncle's belongings. And he finds out that if he connects with the watch, the watch will give him the ability to travel to 12 dimensions, 11 other dimensions. They're in one, so 12 dimensions total. And he will jump to another dimension every month of his 18th year, and he's just turned 18. He meets up with another dimension traveler who also has a watch, and her name is Alex Eris. And she ends up being his love interest in the story and also an equal main character. She teaches Chase a lot about dimension travel. Chase was raised not knowing anything about it, while Alex was raised, knowing and training for this year of jumping. So this is book 3. And in this book, I have taken on some very dark and sad topics, but I do feel they need to be addressed. It's something that teenagers unfortunately come in contact with to some degree every day of their lives. So we do take on teen bullying and teen suicide in this book. So it is a pretty serious nature and theme to the story, but hopefully I've woven enough hope into the story as well to give my readers some hope that there is always another way. And so I'm going to just start with the prologue. And that is when they are in the middle of jumping from Dimension 8 to Dimension 9. This book takes place in Dimension 9. Floating. She was drifting on air, hurtling through a suspended tunnel. Her stomach performed an internal backflip, ripping an involuntary giggle from deep inside her. Bright lights and sunbeams interspersed with the occasional gentle lightning flash causing Alex to scrunch her eyelids and shy away from the light. But for the first time, there was no pain, only a vague, peaceful giddiness. She squeezed Chase's hand and felt his answering pressure, and with the other arm hugged Bo closer to her chest, his soft fur tickling her neck. A slight smile turned up the corners of her mouth. Even with her deep violet blue eyes closed, she knew the three of them had survived the jump together, just as she knew where she was. The voices of children at play reached her ears from a distance, the squawk of a seagull calling interspersed with youthful banter. More sounds filtered through ocean waves lapping the shore, the soft hum of a small plane. When the wind and light faded, she felt the give of the sand underneath her and pushed herself up. If only every interdimensional entry could be this tranquil. But she knew from first-hand experience it was not, and relished the reprieve a simple magical spell had wrought. Each dimension differed in ways both big and small. The parallel world they had only recently vacated had been full of magical wonders that didn't exist where she came from. Becoming a keeper of her family's ancestral watch, not by choice but by fate, blood, and the right birth date, had opened up her world in so many ways. the biggest of which was the ability to jump to a new world each month of her 18th year. 12 realms in all, including her home world. Each consecutive jump time locked into a date predetermined by the watch's inventor, Elias Walker, giving keepers no control over their travels. When it was time to go, their bodies were launched onto the next dimensional plane, ready or not. Alex was honored to be one in a long line of chosen keepers that began in the last century, though the responsibility was not without its perils. She and Chase had less than a year to defeat the hunters who resided in each place they visited, and were working toward the extinction of all the watches, their keepers along with them. The hunters had succeeded in eradicating 9 of the mystical watches along with their keepers. There were only 3 left: hers, Chase's, and 1 more. This time around, the keepers were being forced to go on the offensive to protect their own. Part of their mission during this year of traveling the 12 dimensions was to find and protect the last watch and keeper, a nearly impossible feat since they had no idea in which realm they would find her or him. The other part was to rid the worlds of all the hunters before they destroyed every last watch, along with the unique ability to travel and explore new worlds. Not a simple task, especially since in Dimension 8, the dimension they just left, one of the 2 hunters, Ursa, the woman, had actually tried to help them. Forcing her eyelids open, she pushed back her chocolate brown with purple-tipped hair and squinted into the sunlight, then forced herself to focus on Bo. He lurched up, licking her chin with his tiny sandpaper tongue, his tail a blur as it whipped back and forth. "Oh, Bo, what are we going to do with you?" She looked up, meeting Chase's eyes. "How will we explain a chimera hybrid pup to a non-magical world?" She glanced around at the people enjoying a beach day, thankful that no one was paying attention to them, hidden as they were by the dunes that separated the beach from the town. "We have to hide him." Her worried eyes landed on Chase, those blue eyes smiling into her own. His dimples were showing and his blonde hair was tousled, curling up at the tips willy-nilly. The excitement in his voice had her answering his smile with one of his own. "I don't know, but that was lit. Welcome to Dimension 9. He tilted his head. "Think we can use that spell every time we jump?" "I doubt it. Unless there's magic here too, but the chances of that are, pretty much non-existent." He caught Bo in mid-flight as the animal leaped from her lap to his. "Wait! Where are his wings?" "What do you mean, where are—" Her eyes widened. "Wait, he looks different here." "Yes, he looks just like a puppy, a regular mixed breed mutt. I guess you need magic to see him as he really is." He ran his hands down the creature's soft flank. "That's our answer. It seems this is not a magical world after all." So I'm just going to stop there, and it goes on from there. And one of the surprises in this story is that Chase and Alex run into the school bully, and they realize they have to go back to high school, which if you've been following the series, you can only imagine how Alex will feel about that. So pick up the book to read on. Looks like my fan club is coming in. Come here, Groody. Come here. Come here. This is Groot. Hi, Groot. Say hi, Groot. There he is. There's my Groot. He's one of my biggest fans. He's coming to celebrate the release. You can see Leo down here a little bit. Leo, come here, Leo. No, he's a little camera shy. He's not interested. I just want to say thank you all for supporting all of my books, being my readers. I so love writing, but there's Leo. Hi, Leo. But it's so important to have readers as well. So I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you. If you can support And Time Stopped, run out and get a copy. It's available from Barnes & Noble, from my publisher, Black Rose Writing. It's available on Amazon, though Amazon has been having some problems with the paperback edition. Hopefully that's fixed. If not today, then soon. But it is available for Kindle right away. So grab your copy, and thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a good day, everybody, and happy release day and Time Stopped.